MANNADIUM, one of the de facto combo decks of the format, and pretty much any format since its inception. It pretty much is in a position where it can combo into anything it wants, right? That's generally what it does, and it got stronger, generally speaking, with the introduction of the Crimson Dragon, although not quite as much as most other decks. So today what we're going to be doing is revisiting our old MANNADIUM TEARLAMENT idea, because I think that this is still probably going to be a better way of playing it, in my opinion. I think it's just a little bit more versatile. I think the types of plays and things you can make are just a tiny bit stronger than regular MANNADIUM. It's less susceptible to hand traps. It's got more bait. It plays around a little bit more. So I think there's some strong points that help this version of the deck in such a hand trap heavy format, and that's what we're in, right? Hand traps everywhere. Veeler, Ash, Droll, Maxi, Nib, everything is everywhere because of Snake Eyes being as close as what we're going to get until the release of Fire King's a tier 0 deck. Now, of course, it's not quite there yet, but it will be, and it is indisputably the best deck in the game, right? It can play through anything, it can combo through anything, so what we're going to have to do is build a MANNADIUM deck that can keep up with that, and an important part of that is playing around the counters to Snake Eyes, which is 4 million hand traps, right? So what we're going to do in this video is a little bit different than normal. I am going to show off at the beginning a combo. We're going to go over a 1-card Reamhard combo. I'm going to show off a couple of cool replays that I had to sort of show off the deck's ability to play through interruption, as well as some cool little plays we've got. There's some weird Kashtira going second lava golem bullshit floating around right now, which I'm seeing an awful lot of. And then once we're done that, we're going to do a live game or two, right? So should be fairly all-inclusive. You get basically every look possible at the deck. So if you're interested in this format of content, you want to do this again sort of going forward, make sure you let me know down below by liking the video and subscribing. And again, let me know below how exactly it is you like the content. Up until now, I've sort of jumped on the train of just sort of like live gameplay because I thought it showed off the thought process more, but those videos tend to be pretty long. This one's hopefully going to be a bit shorter and a little bit more condensed, controlled. So if this is what you prefer, let me know. But either way, I'm not going to waste your time here at the start. Let's get right into the Reamhard combo. Alright, so let's get into the 1-card combo here. Of course, we need to have Reamhard in hand. Well, Reamhard is one of several 1-card combos in the deck, but that's what we're going to talk about today. I can't talk about all of them in one video unless we're going to dedicate the whole video to that, because there's a lot, right? But we're going to do this one just to give you an idea as to what exactly it is MANNADIUM does if you are ultimately unfamiliar with the deck. So we are, of course, going to start off with the normal summon of Reamhard. We're going to activate this guy to get searching our deck for MANNADIUM Meek. MANNADIUM makes a level 2 tuner that can special summon itself so long as you control a monster with 1500 attack and 2100 defense, i.e. any of your heart monsters. Then we're going to start our synchro climb up. We're going to go into Trisuka. Trisuka is going to be a level 6 tuner monster that on summon brings back a level 2 tuner from the graveyard. So we're going to use the Trisuka to bring back the Meek from the graveyard. Now, these guys are both tuners, however, Amritara, Visas Amritara, does not require a non-tuner for its synchro summon, so we're able to synchro summon again into Visas Amritara. So the Amritara here is going to basically search for any Visas-related spell or trap card. We're going to use that to search for the peaceful planet Calarium. We're going to use that in just a moment, but first we're going to link summon using our Visas Starfrost, as he changes his name on field to Starfrost, to go into the Lightheart. So we're going to link summon for 1 into our Lightheart. So now we're going to use the Lightheart to search our deck for the primitive planet Reichphobia. We're going to use the Reichphobia. We're going to search our deck for Reichardt. Right here. Now Reichardt can, of course, special summon itself for free underneath your Lightheart. We're going to do this first. We're going to activate Calarium. Calarium then is going to search our deck for Visas Starfrost, since we've already used Reamhard. There we are, perfect. So now we can use the Reichardt, sorry, we're going to summon him underneath the Lightheart. Normally he activates to search your deck for Arrival. I'm only playing one Arrival in this build, so we already have it in hand, so we don't search anything. But if you're playing multiple Arrival, which is a good idea, don't get me wrong, this is good as multiple cards. I used to run 2 of it, but I wanted to make room for extra hand traps. You could totally run multiple of this and have him search for this card. Let's just pretend he did, right? So we're down a card in hand. So now we're going to use the Visas Starfrost here. We're going to activate it. We're going to pop the Lightheart on our field. It's going to go to grave. We're going to summon Visas Starfrost out. Then we can use the Lightheart in grave. Going to bring it back onto the field because we control the Visas Starfrost. So now what we're going to do is we're going to synchro summon into Baron the Fleur. We're going to bring the Reichardt and the Visas to grave, right? Now we're going to use the arrival that we searched for. I was tripping over myself for a second there. Normally I'm used to searching for arrival because I run multiple copies of it, so having two in hand sort of tripped me up for a second. So we go Visa Starfrost plus the Lightheart. We're going to use these two to go into Cross Sheep. Now Cross Sheep, again, traditionally a very powerful monster, even better in this version of the deck because we play additional fusion engines. But ultimately, it's hard to get more effective than the Vicious Astrolabe, which can special summon itself by banishing monsters from your graveyard. It doesn't really matter which we banish. I'm not actually playing Chaos Angel, so we don't need to match our light and darks. I did decide to cut Chaos Angel in favor of our Tearlament fusions, but again, that's personal preference. We'll talk about that at the end. So now we're going to use the Cross Sheep, which is going to bring back a MANNADIUM Meek from our graveyard. So back it comes. Now we can use the Baron de Fleur's effect. We're going to activate it. We're going to pop the Meek. Now that is going to activate both Meek's and Calarium's effects. We're going to use Meek as Chain Link 1 because it's ashable, and then Calarium as Chain Link 2 because it's not. Calarium then is going to bring back the Meek that we just destroyed, and the Meek that we destroyed is going to summon another Meek from the deck, modulating its level up to 4. So we're going to summon this guy out here, we're going to boost its level up to 4, and this is where the Crimson Dragon comes in, because we're able to use the Crimson Dragon here, using our 4 and our 8, to go into, the Crimson Dragon, we just said it like 4 times. So we go into this guy, he can then target our Baron, we get to summon a level 10 Synchro Dragon from our deck, we're going to summon the Dissipator right over here. Where specifically doesn't matter too much. We're going to go for the Dissipator's effect, we're going to grab a Visa Starfrost from the banish pile, summon it in defense. Usually it doesn't matter too much which you want to grab, but ideally you do want to have a Visa Starfrost engraved because we do run multiple Astrolabe, so it may open up additional combo routes. And from here you would just go into an Apollosa, right? Using these guys. Now, of course, if you have additional cards, additional extenders, crazy things, right? You can go nuts. You can add on to this board and do crazy things, but this is 5 interruptions off of 1 card. Just the Realm Heart, right? And that's not even to consider all of the extra shit that we could have done, and still can do. We still have Maxi and Imperm. So that's a 1-card combo in MANNADIUM. There are others, Peaceful Planet Calarium. There's a ton of 2-card combos. Rhino Heart and Realm Heart, Rykard and Realm Heart. A lot of them revolve around Realm Heart because he's such a fucking strong card. Getting access to your MANNADIUM Meek is just busted. So that's the combo. Right, we're going to go into a couple of replays. Now, again, this is an optimal 1-card combo without interruption. You are going to be playing into a shitload of hand traps, which is part of the strength of MANNADIUM right now, at least this build, because it helps you play through and around many hand traps, as long as you have even a somewhat okay amount of extenders, right? So we're going to hop into replay number 1. Just remember this here. Go back over it if you need to. Let's get into the replay. Alright, so this is our first replay. I am very briefly going to adjust our sound, and then we're going to get started. So this, again, hand, we do have our 1-card combo, but that's totally fine. We have a decent amount of extenders. We even have protection from a potential Maxi if our opponent were to have it. We are going to go first here. Normal summon the Rykard, immediately met with an Ash Blossom. So there's 1 hand trap already. There's a second in the form of Maxi. So they're off the rip. They're going ham, right? We're going to negate that Maxi at the very least. We do have an out to that at least. So, rough start, but we can definitely make this work. What we're going to do now is we're going to use the Rykard in the Link Summon for Scarclaw Lightheart. Lightheart then going to grab us the Rykophobia field spell. We're going to try and make something out of this. We're going to activate Obsidian. We're going to pop the Lightheart. We're going to grab the Calarium. Now, there is a reason for that. We're going to go Calarium. We're going to grab Realm Heart. Now, we can use the Obsidian in our graveyard to special summon the Realm Heart from our hand, using its effect to search our deck for MANNADIUM Meek. Our opponent's field was lighting up this whole fucking time, so I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know what they had still. Could have been an Imperm Ash. I don't know. We're going to go Trisuka here using the Meek that we searched. We're going to use Trisuka to bring back the Meek. We needed the, for those who are curious as to why we got rid of Calarium before using its secondary effect, this card would have been modulating the attack points of our Realm Heart to 1600 because we did have an Ash Blossom in our graveyard. So we couldn't actually summon Meek with the Calarium still face up. So we had to get rid of it, unfortunately. But that's totally fine. We still have plans. We're going to summon a Meek from the deck. We're going to go Lightheart from the graveyard, summoning itself back to the field. We're going to screw summon one more time into the Visas Amritara. Visas Amritara going to search our deck for our rival that we didn't get to search earlier on. We're going to use it to bring back the Rykard from the grave. Synchro summoning once more into Baron de Fleur. This was mainly to like put my concerns about a potential like Nib or something to rest, because his field was lighting up the whole time. Now we're going to go Cross Sheep into the Vicious Astrolabe just like we did before. We're going to use the Cross Sheep to bring back the Meek from the graveyard. Now we're going to link these two off into Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf then going to bring back Meek from the graveyard. Slightly different combo right to what we did before, but very similar in concept. We're going to pop the Meek to summon a Meek from the deck. Now we're going to synchro summon with these two into the Crimson Dragon. Crimson Dragon targeting Baron, shuffling itself back for a Bestial Disputer. We're going to use the Disputer. We're going to grab Riem Heart from our Banish Pile. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton else we can do with this card right now, given the fact that the number of interruptions we play through. But this is pretty solid. Again, we did have the negate for the Maxi, so we only really had to play through an Ash, but we didn't have Riem Heart, we didn't have Calarium, anything like that in hand. So I think this is a pretty fucking solid end board, all things considered. Now let's see if it stacks up against what our opponent's doing here. They're going to go me and Fia's 1 and immediately Lava Golem. This is a deck that I'm seeing a lot of right now, and it's fucking bullshit. I'm seeing people win coin tosses, go first just to pass, and turn 3 do this shit. They're going to play the Race Heart. Of course, they're lacking a little bit of extension here. They're going to go into Big Eye. We're going to activate Sprite Elf just to bring his attack points down a little bit more. Swinging into the Riem Heart, destroying it by battle. Now in the main phase 2, going to go into Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Zeus then going to clear the field off all of our extenders, our field spell, Sprite Elf, everything gone. But if he thinks that's going to be enough to stop MANNADIUM, man, we're just going to top deck the Reinhardt. Normal summon Reinhardt, sending the Shadow into the grave. What is worth noting, he did banish our Havness off that Race Heart, which is bullshit, but whatever. We're going to go into Kikalos here. Kikalos then going to activate its effect, going to send a Reinhardt to grave. We're now going to pop the Kikalos for the Visa Starfrost, summoning it out to the field. Kikalos milling 5, that's okay. Now we're going to banish Riem Heart and Visa Starfrost for a Vicious Astra Loud. Our second Astra Loud of the duel, popping the Zeus, 4,500, swinging directly at our opponent. Now they're going to simply, again, we top decked a pretty good card, but that's not going to stop them from top decking a pretty good card as well. They top deck a 1-card starter in the form of Planet Pathfinder, but luckily we had the answer with the Ash Blossom, and that was pretty much all she wrote. After this, he sat and idled for about 5 minutes and then left. So there you go. Pretty solid game, playing around a little bit of interruption, playing around some board breaking, doing some follow-up, and just generally a pretty solid display of what the deck can do. Replay number 2. This guy I vaguely remember was playing like the exact same deck, and this is what I mean, right? It's this, like, they won the coin toss and then immediately pass it to us, and there's a reason they do that. The way this deck that they're playing is built, and they're trying to set themselves up to basically like break a board using the likes of Lava Golem and whatever, and then to win. And to do that, they're playing a fucking million hand traps, right, to try and survive the turn, and we're going to see that firsthand. So we're going to draw into the Riem Heart, Reinhardt combo. This little combo of cards here, Reinhardt, Riem Heart, is so fucking strong. It's nuts, right? They're actually gonna Ash the Reinhardt though, and that's pretty good. That's a good reason to play the Reinhardt. Reinhardt, one card by itself in this little combination can actually set up a real Kalos, right? But worst case scenario, it eats a negate. Chainlink 5 already, we're 1 play deep, and it's Chainlink 5. We Ash their Maxi, so they hit us with Maxi and Ash. We're going to hit them in reverse with the Ash. Again, this whole meta is hand trap central. We're going to pop the Reinhardt to summon the Riem Heart. Riem Heart grab Meek. We're going to synchro summon now into Trisuka. We're going to use the Trisuka to bring back the Meek from the graveyard. Now we're going to use these two to go into Amritara. Amritara then going to search our deck. We already have Calarium, so we decide to grab Abscission for its second effect later on. We're going to go into the Scarclaw Lightheart now, and this is where our opponent makes a very interesting decision. So we're going to go Ragphobia. They then are going to activate Nibiru the Primal Being in response, and this seems weird, but what their objective is if they remove the Lightheart from my field, then how am I supposed to play the game, right? That's their thinking, and I kind of get it. That almost makes sense. The Nibiru token also can't be used as a target for Visa Starfrost because it's a light monster, so this is actually a pretty smart Nibiru. They're getting rid of our Lightheart. They don't want us to summon the Reinhardt, to grab the Arrival, to have our follow-up. Good play all around. I don't think in this circumstance it was enough. We're going to go for the Maxi in response to the Nibiru. It is turn 2, so if I can draw a couple of extra cards to secure myself lethal, I'm gonna, right? So we're going to play through an Ash, Maxi, and Nibiru. We're going to draw 2 off the Nibiru into Calarium. Calarium grabbing us Visa Starfrost. We're going to use MANNADIUM Imagining. Now we're going to reveal the Starfrost. We're going to shuffle 1 back after drawing 2. We're going to go Siren here, dropping the Meek. We're going to mill. Unfortunately, our last Meek was just milled. We're going to pop the Siren to summon the Visa Starfrost, triggering Siren, shuffling back into the deck for a Kikalos. Kikalos then going to send the Havness to the graveyard to go in the Roll Kalos, and we just fucking snowball like crazy. Again, like nothing happened. My plan there was because we Visa Starfrost Engrave, we bring back the Light Heart from the graveyard, we can summon the Reichheart then, Reichheart grabs a Ravel into Baron, Baron pop, and then we just basically summon an Astrolite for lethal. So we had game. So yeah, game 3, Ashe, Baxi, and Nibiru, I think is pretty fucking awesome. Anyways, let's do one live game, right? Let's see if we got time for one. It is definitely a main field out here with the amount of top tier sort of decks playing so many goddamn hand traps, and that has then spawned counter decks, right? And the counter decks are almost scarier than Snake Eyes, right? You're talking a hard second Kashtira, you're talking again Lava Golem at the Ashe, you're talking triple Nibiru being put into people's decks, mine included. Like, this meta is fucking evil, man. Like, people are out for blood. We're going to start, though, with a Riem Heart normal summon. Perfection. We're going to use the Riem Heart's effects. Let's see if he's playing anything. No. Very interesting. I wonder if I could... I kind of want to adjust my combo to set up a... Oh, he might be playing... He might be playing Droll, though. No Droll. Really? Nothing. What? Okay, fuck it. All right, do we ball then? Let's see if we can actually resolve our one-card combo. We're going to use these two then into Trisuka. Can we do Baron pre-5? I don't think so. Pre-5 Baron is a little bit optimistic. So let's not overstretch for it. So we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, the Visa Samratara is going to be number 5. We're not even fucking close to a Baron of 5 summons. Not even close. That is all good, though. We're going to use the Meek and the Trisuka. We're going to Synchro Summon up into the Amritara. Again, the same combo you saw before. Until or unless we get interrupted, that's the direction we're going to go. And we're going to activate this guy here to search. We've already got Calarium in hand. That's Nibiru. Fuck. That's not good. We have normal summoned. Part of me wants to grab the Primeval Planet to grab, like, a Rhino Heart, but I don't have a way to summon it, which is quite unfortunate. Fuck, that's tough. That's really tough, actually. I'm gonna grab Obsidian then. I think Obsidian is probably the way here, because we can... I'm gonna try and bait out the Nibiru here. I mean, I'd say bait out, right? I mean, the Light Heart is a good spot to nib, and they're probably gonna want to use nib in response to this, right? Because they don't want me summoning my fucking Reichheart, right? They don't want that to happen, because then I grab follow-up and then I win the game, right? That shit's rough. You don't want that shit happening, do you? Absolutely not. I'm gonna grab the Reichphobia. Gonna use it. We're gonna search our deck for Reichheart. Yes, sir. Let's grab that shit. It's gonna be tough to play through a nib here. Nib is gonna fucking suck. It really is. We're gonna summon our Reichheart here. Would have been real fucking nice to have a, Oh, he nibs here? Oh, you should have nibbed before, sir. Hang on. I can make this work. I can hella make this work. I can hella make this work. Absolutely. All right, Primal Being, get your ass out here. Let's fucking do this. Gonna place my token in probably still defense mode, I guess. I mean, attack, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm popping it off of Abscission. Abscission was the correct play. And I fucking, and as soon as I saw the Nibiru pop up, I knew that this was the right play. So we can still play the game here for damn sure. We can absolutely still play the game here. We have you and Grave, Lightheart and Grave. Both of you are pretty awesome there. Yeah, we're set. Is he disconnecting? I think he knows that he can't beat us. I think he knows. He fucking knows. Get fucked, asshole. Oh my god. Again, nib. Again, just you can't nib at the wrong time. MANNADIUM does struggle against nib, right? But there's a lot of points in the combo that look like amazing nib points. They look spectacular, right? They look awesome, right? If I nib here, my opponent doesn't have any plays. Like, no, bitch. You gotta think, you gotta plan, you gotta be ready for it. But then again, MANNADIUM also has a pretty awesome knack of being able to force an early Nibiru by attempting to set up an Onion again, right? So You know what I mean? It's a hard one to balance, right? That was pretty short. Let's try and fit in one more. All right, looks like we're potentially going to rank up here using MANNADIUM, losing a coin toss for a change. You know what? That makes sense. That's fine. We're going to go second. It's about time, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we haven't been winning all of our coin tosses. I wouldn't say we've been winning an unfair amount of them, but showing off both is always nice. Oh, only one hand trap. Now, we play so... Again, I'm saying that, oh, we're building this deck to play around the plethora of, like, hand trap of using decks out there. I'm not for a second suggesting that I'm not one of them, right? That is absolutely what is happening. We definitely imperm this. If he has Parallel Exceed in hand, sucks to be me. If he has Holisha plus another trap hole card, sucks to be me. But this is probably just the best imperm. When it comes to these trap tricks in particular, which again has seen a big spike in popularity in response to Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is just bringing out all of these rogue decks and all of these decks that have alternative playstyles and win conditions because they're not as susceptible to the same sort of overarching feelings as Snake Eyes. It's very interesting what a deck like Snake Eyes does to the meta. I don't think it's good, but it's interesting, right? I'll give it that. I'll say it's interesting, if that counts for anything. Okay, we got called by, we got cross out. We can do some shenanigans here. I'm reasonably confident that we can do some shit here. So you can summon yourself by targeting a MANNADIUM monster or a heart monster, not a Visa Starfrost. I guess we just fucking send it, right? I guess we just send it. We're gonna use the Rheum Heart again. If it gets hit with something, it gets hit with something. That's all good. We're gonna grab ourselves a Meek. It doesn't get hit with something on summon, which is interesting. So you're obviously not like Bottomless Trap Hole. You're not Imperm. You're not Compulsory Evacuation Device. You're not Floodgate Trap. I think I already said Floodgate. I didn't. Okay. So what could you be? It could be that Nightmare Trap Hole. It could be that Void Trap Hole. It could be Holyusha with no discard. It could be a lot of things, but like there's a lot of big things in it. No, it can't be, which is good. So now we're gonna use this, summon out the Meek. Hell yeah, brother. We're gonna use the Meek and the Rheum Heart. We're gonna Synchro Summon yet again into Trisuka. Again, our tried and true Synchro Climb. Let's fucking do this. What is this card? He could use something on the summon of the Meek. When a card is special summoned. Time Space Trap Hole. What, mate? When your opponent special summons a monster from the hand or extra deck, shuffle that monster into the deck, then you lose 1000. God damn! Shit, man! Alright, chill! We still get our Meek, though. Which is, you know, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so you get the special summon a Traptrix monster with a different name than the ones he controls. Do you want to summon Pudisha? You probably do. Yeah, you do, because you want to banish my Meek so I can't pump it off of a potential Visa Starfrost. That makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, I have the out. I'm going to call by your Pudisha. Sucks to suck, Chief. It just sucks to suck. I hate to break it to you. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but it does indeed suck to suck. Alright, that dumbass is negated. You still get to use Sarah, though. Sarah will still be able to set a trap from the deck here, but again, it's not going to be usable this turn, so I'm okay with that. That's fine. You're literally setting this on the hope and prayer that you survive until next turn. Unless you do that, in which case you can probably actually use it, but it doesn't do anything. Alright, let's activate Visa Starfrost. Let's get gaming. We're going to pop the Meek, we're going to summon the Starfrost. Summon the Meek back out to the field, and we're literally just going to pick up as if nothing happened, right? We're literally just going to continue playing the game. We're going to use these two now. We're going to not change the level. We are going to Synchro Summon into Amritara. And we're just going to keep playing as if nothing happened. Alright, Amritara gets searching. What do we want to grab here? Ooh. This is a very interesting point of the combo. I could definitely grab Havness here. Off of this. Grab Havness. That might actually unironically be the play. Oh, but Calarium is a really good card too. Calarium only grabs a start. No, Calarium is probably better. Fuck. I don't want Calarium to be better. I want to do the cool card. I wanted to do the cool option, not Calarium. Calarium is the normal option. But again, that goes to show the amount of different plays you've got with this deck is pretty fucking awesome. It's just, I just wanted to do it. It's not the right play though. Not the correct play. It could have been funny if we were worried about a potential nib, but at this stage, I'm not too worried about that. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be. Maybe I've been lulled into a false sense of security. Maybe my opponent is lining up to spring their trap, pun intended. But I simply don't care. We're going to summon the right card. We're going to get searching. Going to get searching for a rival. Heal you. Ooh. Oh, the complex part of this is that now... How did I get you off the board? I guess I have to link you off, huh? I guess Siren is going to come in handy here. Almost certainly. I would like to pop one of his cards before I, like, get rid of my field spell. So I am actually going to go for a rival early. I'm going to grab the Starfrost. Summon you right here. So now I have 3 monsters in defense on the field. Now we're going to go for the Reichphobia. We're going to pop a card on the field. We're going to pop the Face Down. Just because I don't like looking at it. Just it makes me nervous. It just makes me nervous. I don't like looking at it. Alright, perfect. So now we can go Calarium. Alright, that's going to grab us a card from our deck. Again, we've like used all of these. Yeah, I've already used like all of these guys. I'm going to grab another Visa Starfrost and I'm just going to discard it off of Siren. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that we just had full combo the whole time. We're going to go Baron just like we normally would. Or sorry, no. What we're going to do first is Siren first. Alright, right here. Dropping you. Gonna mill. Oh, we milled reframing. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, milling reframing is very interesting. Okay, so now we're going to go cross shape using these two. And again, we're just back to full combo, as if nothing happened. It was a bit, we had to sort of like work around a little bit, but we got there. We got there in the end, so it's all good. Gonna go Visa Starfrost. Right here. Baron. Not gonna activate you yet. We're gonna go for this first. Gonna get rid of Visa Starfrost, and let's get rid of Radium Heart. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what we target there. Let's target the Vicious Astrolabe. Then we're going to use Cross Shape to bring a card back. Astrolabe's going to pop that defense position Pudicia. Pudica, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know. But like, something like that. It's something along those lines. It's fine. Alright, get popping. Get fucked. I'm going to bring back Meek. Meek. Okay, there, back you come. Target a Trap Tricks Engrave and special summon it. You've already attempted to use your special summon effect though, so I'm gonna let that go. Yeah, you're negated. That's fine. Boy made me nervous for a second. God damn. He made me nervous for a second. We're gonna pop the Meek. We're gonna summon a Meek from deck, as well as one back from grave. Awesome, awesome. Out just come. And then we've got more than enough gas for a second Vicious Astrolabe here, just to secure lethal if we need it. Although we don't. Spoilers, we don't. We don't need it. But I'll do it anyway. Bitch, I'll do it again. Don't test me. Crimson Dragon. Activate the Crimson Dragon. Again, Tamer is important. You make a lot of plays with this deck. You need to make them fast. You need to be quick on your decision making because you will run out of time. I can guarantee you. It has happened to me many a time in the past, many moons ago. But it will happen to you as well if you are not speedy. You gotta be speed with it. Speaking of which, I am not currently being speedy with it. So let's just bring back Reamheart, I guess. It really doesn't matter what we bring back. We're going to use Sprite Elf here. Meek and Cross Shape. into you. That is fine. Now we're going to bring back the elf here. With the elf, sorry, we're going to bring back a meek. Normally, I did kind of mess up by putting Disputer right here. I should not have done that. I definitely should have put him somewhere else so I could have gone into like an IP if we're talking about like an optimal going first turn, but obviously we're not going first, so it doesn't really matter. Do you pop multiple times? Oh, that pop is not once per turn? That's nasty. I didn't know that. I thought the pop was once per turn. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was once per turn. Because we could have had like an IP and stuff here as well, but again, I'm just showing it off, right? We don't need it, obviously. Battle phase, swinging in. That's fine. 22, 37. This is aggressively overkill. Yeah. That's what we do. And that's what MANNADIUM does. Pretty fucking awesome. Not showing off a lot of Tearlaments plays there, unfortunately, but it's just because they didn't come up, right? Tearlaments plays are pretty damn awesome. We'll talk about them more once I've got the actual deck on screen. And here it is, MANNADIUM Tearlaments. So this is very, very, very similar to my previous build, i.e. I have probably changed like just a couple of cards. What I have changed, I will note, is I've cut down Reinhardt to 1. I cut Siren from 2 to 1 as well. I cut Arrival to 1. I'm only playing 1 of this. I've got the 1 Obsidian as well. What we're doing is we're taking all of these 1-ofs, and the reason we're doing that is look at the number of hand traps we have. Double Veiler, triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossom. We've got 1 Nib, mainly as a crossout target, also as a Maxi draw. We've got triple Infinite Impermanence, double Call by the Grave. There's a crossout designator. So we've got all of this room for all of these tech cards and these interruptions because you need them. You have to have room in your deck. If you're not running like fucking at least like 10 plus hand traps in your deck, you're struggling. Crossout and Call by don't count. They're protective cards. Call by maybe you can make an argument for. But like it's tough. It's very, very tough to run a deck that wants 25 plus engine slots, which again, you want to do because it's fun. You want to play engine. I get it, but you will lose at higher ranks to things like Snake Eyes if you're not running an appropriate balance of hand traps. And sometimes that doesn't mean cutting ideas and cutting concepts, but sometimes it means managing expectations and analyzing your combos for where you actually need certain cards. Again, this deck doesn't need anything more than 1 right card. It doesn't. Would you like to see right card in hand sometimes? Absolutely, right? Sometimes it's okay to see in hand while also still having a searchable target. Yes, but you don't need more than 1. You don't need more than 1 Siren for the MANNADIUM, for the Tearlaments combo. You only need 1 because you're milling the Havness off of the... you're milling Havness off of Reinhardt with the first one, and then you're going to mill the Siren off of your Kikalos, and there's your Real Kalos, right? And you can do that in your first 5 summons if you have Reinhardt on board. So all of the plays are, all of the sort of combos and the plays and the ratios are cleverly sort of put to a position where you have exactly how much of everything you need while maxing out on your like 1-card starter combos, your Calarium, your Reamheart. Those are your 1-card combos. Reinhardt is a card you don't really traditionally get access to through your combo, so you really want to max this card out because having it in hand plus the likes of a Reamheart is just fucking insane. But yeah, all in all, deck's an absolute blast. We did have to make some concessions to the extra deck, but largely the extra deck is pretty much the same as most MANNADIUM decks. It's not that different. We had to cut 2 slots for the 2 Tearlaments fusions, but there's a couple of things in there that the deck doesn't really use every single game. So now we're in a position to where we very concisely use, again, 5 out of these 6 synchro monsters you will play every single duel. You will play 5 out of these 6. Most of the time you'll play Azurine. The other 5 you will summon. You will summon at least 1 Astrolabe, but the second one comes up 70% of games. This card's broken. These guys you need for your Tearlaments cards, and then these guys are the absolute bare minimum link monsters you need to play. Right? So everything in this deck is basically min-maxed. Everything is the bare minimum of what you need, and then as much of what you want as possible. That's how the deck is built. That's how I sort of came across this one. But yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my deck. I think it's an absolute blast. I have a lot of fun playing it. I have had a lot of fun playing it in the past, even before the release of the Crimson Dragon, and I will continue have fun playing it, right? So if you got this far into the video and you enjoyed, maybe you enjoyed the new format, maybe you found it informative, whatever it is, if you enjoyed it, make sure you actually like the video, and you can leave down below if you preferred this style of video or not. I'm not gonna lie, after recording it, it felt kind of nice to do things like this, so I might sort of try a couple more videos like these to see how it feels. But ultimately, you guys are watching it, so you guys are the boss. I'll let you guys decide. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.